Happy Ramadan. You know what that means? It's the time of the year where a lot of Muslims are going to get a lot more violent across the world for their false god and false prophet and false book. A lot of people in Canada, America, and Europe are going to be like, yeah, man, it's Ramadan. It's a holy time. That means Muslims are going to get nicer and be more holy, more pious, more righteous because they see it through a Christian lens. Because Christianity has seeped through our culture and our society so much that you don't even see that you're wearing Christian sunglasses. But the truth is, it depends what kind of God you worship. If you worship a God that tells you to love your neighbors and forgive your enemies and love those who hate you, then yeah, that's what you would do. But if your God tells you to go out into the world and violently subjugate and kill unbelievers until they enter and become Muslim, then guess what kind of fruits that tree produces? So, what kind of fruits would that make? Would that make fruits of peace and joy? Or would that be fruits of violence and intimidation? Seriously, the Dawahgandists are no exception to this rule. A Dawahgandist. No surprise, they're dialing up the rhetoric, the threats, and the abuse all throughout Ramadan. Thank you, Allah. Just kidding. One of them in particular just threatened Avery, GodLogic on YouTube, that he's gonna unalive him, make his wife a widow, and his kids orphans. Yes, you could guess it. The DJ Khaled of Dawa, at least in proportions and size. The Warner. But the only thing that should be warning him is his cholesterol, and he should stop and think about actually fasting instead of trans fasting, because there's no way you can be that big and you're fasting for 40 days if you're truly fasting, my brother. Inhumanity. This juicy, dumb, big Dawa dork that hangs around with Sneeko and his ilk, Sheikh Uthman, Muhammad Hijab. You're finished! Ali Dawa. If I had a 5-year-old daughter and she needed to marry the Prophet Muhammad Bismillah Shali Salehi, I would give him my daughter. What's wrong with that? This is a part of our religion, right? These are the people that you hang out with. You know when they say, like, show me your friends, show me your 5 closest friends, and I'll tell you who you are? This is a perfect representation of who he is, all of his friends. You can tell. This humongous, bald-headed DJ Khaled spends his Ramadan on a loser train going to Loserville on Loser Avenue in Louisiana, Loserville. We're going to go through today all the evidence of why Dawa, to see how humongously dysfunctional the Dawa scene is today. And then we'll read his Ramadan threat to Avery that this coward had sent to big old bad Christian Avery. So let's begin with who is the Warner. We actually don't have to guess too much because one of his friends, a Mohammedan named Malik, who happens to be the biggest rat and snitch in the whole Dawa scene, he finally got fed up and exposed the whole thing. He was like, it's him, it's him, it's him. He did this and he's bringing the receipts. He's doing everything, guys. This is going to get interesting quickly. And let's title this time period Dawa After Dark. Dawa in the Dark. Let's think about the name.
Hey, chat, who wants to know about the real Warner?
I want to hear about the real Warner. Tell me about him.
Chat, you want to see who Warner really is?
Yes.
The Warner is probably the fakest of them all. Like between Libiano, Central, all them, Warner in terms of the Islamic stuff, fakest of them all. Fakest of them all.
And Malik exposes directly what the Warner said he was willing to do to get into the Illuminati. Or should we say get the Illuminati into him?
You literally begging to be in the Illuminati, bro. Asking me how do you get in, like I'm in it. You're the one who literally said in front of me and other people that you would take it up the butt as long as it got you into the game to where you could make an influence. Wallahi said that in front of people.
So, our boy the Warner wanted to enter the Illuminati. But just like the Diddy parties, the admission fee was for the Illuminati to enter him. We can't say it's not halal because we all know the story of Muhammad and the story of Al-Zut. But Malik, give us the tea. What does the Warner do with all the money that his brainless, mindless zombie followers, what does he do with the money that, they give him? Does he like go use it to feed the homeless and to spread dawah and to give water to, thirsting children around the world, or what does he do with it?
This guy is the biggest pothead on this planet, bro. The guy you take dawah from, all he does is roll one up. That's all he does. Chat, this guy gets high as hell all day and all night. Well, so, wallahi, may Allah curse me. This guy goes high to the mosque. This guy literally goes to give dawah high every day or every weekend. Sorry. If he's going to the dispensary with the money he's getting for the Quran's, chat, guys, I gave this guy money. I gave this guy money for Quran. He went to the dispensary and spent my money instead.
So he spends dawah donations on weed. And guys, you don't got to look too far because the evidence is right in the pudding, right? Look how big he is. You can tell he's getting the munchies after every time he gets a dawah donation. You know what else costs money? Prostitution. Well, no. We have to be very specific because prostitution is haram and it's illegal. You can't just go up and hook up with a random woman and just pay her money, because Allah would obviously find that despicable and evil, right? But you can do muta, right? You can pay a woman to marry her for like 5 days or 5 minutes or however long the time period you want, and then you give her the money, and then you have a marriage, and then you do your thing, and then you have a divorce. And this is how we can get around prostitution, by making it legal, by having 5-minute wives. Now it's halal. Welcome to the wonderful world of Islam.
By the way, guys, you know Warner's been married 9 times? Warner's been married 9 times. 9. 9 times, chat. Muta. This guy's a muta. Bro, this guy went on vacation with a Moroccan girl, married her for 5 minutes, and then divorced her on the way home. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
So not only is he prostituting mutaing these women, he's only having it for 5 minutes. That's crazy, bro. 5 minutes? It must be all the weed. But that's apparently only when he wants to have sex with a Muslim girl. If he wants to have sex with a non-Muslim girl, then in Malik's words, he just smashes them.
Brother, this guy's smashing girls every weekend. Malik, I just smashed this chick. I'm like, bro, why are you even doing that? Why don't you fall in love with a proper girl and get married? Nah, bro, I'm smashing every weekend. Warner called me while he was in Miami, and he had a chick. He was on FaceTime. He had a chick in his bed. This guy had a chick in his bed calling me on FaceTime. A random girl that he picked up. Let's keep going. You want me to keep going?
Malik, ain't nobody gonna stop you. Keep going. Tell your truth. Tell us what you have to say. But please, just don't talk about Ali Dawa, Muhammad Hijab, Sneeko, any of those Libiano. Don't talk about the other Muslims. We just want to hear about the Warner, Because all those other guys, they're doing good. Only the Warner. Okay, Malik?
Hey, chat, who knows about Warner and Adam Saleh having threesomes? You want me to start name dropping your whole life? You and Adam, you telling me about you and Adam doing threesomes together on Dawah trips? I'm talking about, bro, people who literally go to the clubs at nights and hand out Qurans during the day. What the hell is that?
It's like they're Batman or they're superheroes, right? They got different alter egos, right? In the morning, they're just living their civilian lives. At night, they're fighting crime. But instead, in the morning, they're passing out Qurans and trying to get people to believe in Allah and a 6th century illiterate caravan robber. And by night, they're smashing girls, multiple girls, different girls, smoking weed. I wonder if the line at least stops at transgenders, right? They obviously wouldn't go to transgenders because that's a step too far, right? Transgenders is where we draw the line, right? Right? Right?
These guys, bro, were in the club with T-monsters. And Warner's like, oh, I didn't know that. But he knew it the whole time. He's like, no, I did know actually. But he's like, I don't care. Bro, these guys, bro, all fake. Bro, Adam and all them, bro, all fake at the club with he-she's and then going to debate logic and getting baked.
To be honest, I thought our Muslim brothers in humanity were against the LGBTQ plus IA2 spirits. But I guess when you're in the club, What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? What happens with Muta stays with Muta. So imagine you have Muta and it's with a dude. Lord have mercy. Astaghfirullah. No, let's continue. The Dawa gang even runs trains on girls together. And maybe some girls that just identify as girls.
Bro, he helps Sneeko do all his crap, bro. You do run trains in rooms together. Adam and Slim and Sneeko all run trains in rooms together with Warner there.
And they do this on Dawa trips where they're trying to spread the message of Islam.
Chat, what were they doing in Colombia? What did him and Sneeko do in Colombia? And Myron? Guys, these guys were smashing birds in Colombia. Bro, wallahi, may Allah curse me if I'm lying. I got the receipt right here. Brother, I have receipts of him and Muslim Lantern and Sneeko in Bosnia f***ing bitches. What are you on about?
That's the Warner. He's spending money on weed and hookers and muta wives and transsexuals, transgenders. How should I describe you? Why are you gay? Who says I'm gay? Malik. Don't forget the three ways, right, in the trains. And let's not forget the most important piece of this whole, and the piece of the whole puzzle that we can't forget is that he is willing to take it up the rectum for Allah and his messenger to become part of the Illuminati so he can spread Islam to the elites on Jeffrey Epstein's island and all of Diddy's friends. He's trying to bring the pure message of Islam to some impure people, and he is a martyr. He is willing to suffer more than any other Muslim, even more than Muhammad, for his deen by taking it like a man, like a Muslim man. You know they're killing Christians hard in Nigeria, right? Like a lot of Muslims are killing Christians in Nigeria. So if you think this is too much and too rough, let's grow some thicker skin. And maybe the worst part about it is that his followers and the people giving him money don't care about all this information coming out in the backlash. Because as long as he's filming himself, passing out Qurans and doing dawah and preaching Islam and trying to intimidate Christians and other people, they're going to keep giving him money. They don't care. The truth does not matter, right? Are you going to be a big gorilla showing your chest, 600-pound monkey? Then they're going to give you money because you're our warrior. You're our Goliath. Who cares about the truth? We got rhetoric. What does the truth matter? We got intimidation.
Yeah, because I called my dog Muhammad once, and he gave me like a...
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Are you serious? I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Get out of here, bro.
David Wood and some of his friends were over at Times Square, and Muslims were praising the Warner for his powerful dawah.
So listen up. Right now, I know there's a lot of brothers over there. Shout out to my brother, the Warner, right over there giving dawah. Yo, make some noise for the brother Warner right now, baby. MashaAllah, yeah. Takbir! Oh, don't scare them, brothers. Relax.
They were glazing him for his powerful dawah. Like he was the one with the most dawah in the room. He had the most wahi in the room. But they were really praising him for just being a mad dog, right? For being the most belligerent. But Anthony Rogers said something that he really didn't like. And then he tried to intimidate him, and let's see if it worked. Then he tried to intimidate Drake. Not Drake the rapper, the other Drake.
Assalamu alaikum. You felt that?
Well, what's up, man? How you doing, man? You good?
Did you feel that?
What's your name?
Alhaji Muhammad Danfa.
Nice to meet you, bro.
I follow you like more than 5 years ago, wallahi al-azim. But I never see you in person, and today I was at work. I was like,
What are you trying to tell them?
We're setting up everything.
Jesus is Lord!
We invite you to grab your food. Who's not yet? Relax, sit down.
Hey, are you that
Take
intimidated?
it easy.
Yo, are you that intimidated?
What?
Are you that intimidated? You gotta say something?
That man just addressed us on
What you doing?
Excellent.
That man just addressed
Why'd you
us
step
on
up
the
like
mic.
that? You wanna do something?
Oh, hey,
You wanna do something?
hey, what are you getting all risky for?
Sabiha.
Yeah, don't step up to me like that. Don't step up to me like that. Oh, you're gonna get hurt. Yeah, don't step up to me like that. You gonna get hurt, little boy.
You see Drake staring him down like, yo, what you got in us? You think we scared of you, boy? Boy? You think we scared of you, boy? We ain't scared of you, and stared him down. And what happens when you put a bully in his place and you stand up to him and you show him you ain't scared and you puff up your chest and you get in his face and say, so what are you going to do about it, right? And you ain't one of these cowardly, scared, effeminate guys. What does the Warner have to do? Does the Warner fight you in front of everybody and have a fair fight one-on-one to see who's stronger?
Hey, shout out to my brother, the Warner. Right over there giving down. Yo, make some noise for brother Warner right now, baby. Mashallah, yeah.
Or do you just cowardly, silently stand there in front of the police and go finger against the throat, right? I'm going to slit your throat. I'm going to kill you. What kind of coward is he? You have the guy right in front of you, right? You want to do something to him. Do it to him right now. You're big, you're brave, you're bad. But no, the Warner, you are not. You're a coward and you're using all this bravado to hide your insecurities, sir. Because a real man doesn't have to pretend to be tough and get in people's face and want to fight them every moment of every single day. So little catsies are going to look at them and say, oh my gosh, you're so strong. You're so big. You're a warrior, the Warner. Defeat those evil Christians. Sam Shamoon and GodLogic, David Wood, defeat them for us, Warner. Only you and your massive pecs can defend us. Not even Allah and his messenger can defeat them, but you, the Warner, we believe in you. So what does the Warner do? Does he he's a gangster, he's a thug. Is he gonna fight him, or is he gonna snitch and rat to the cops? What do you think? Let's play Jeopardy.
It's just very upsetting.
I understand, but we're here to help you guys out.
Oh, I appreciate that.
This is upsetting. Why are you going and telling the cops that it's upsetting, right? When you came up to them and they say Jesus is Lord, and then you say, why are you stepping up to me? When you step to their table, inserting yourself inside a drama just to go and cry to the police. Coward.
I almost lost my cool right now, man. I almost knocked the dude out, bro. Hey, bro. They have no idea, bro. I was about to go Hulk smash, bro. I'm about to go Hulk smash, bro. You feel me?
And with the most feminine energy, he has to go on live saying, guys, I was about to crash out. I was about to beat somebody up. I was about to do this, this, and that. You know those friends where they don't want to fight somebody, but they want to seem like they want to fight somebody? So they tell you yo, hold me back. And they say, yo, don't hold me back. Don't hold me back. And then the friend lets go of them and they say, yo, why you let go? You're supposed to hold me so I can have this excuse to be I couldn't do it there. But you never really wanted to fight somebody that's your size or bigger than you. You just like bullying smaller people than you to make you feel bigger, Warner. And then he had to go under Sneeko's wing so he could defend him and protect him while they're, smashing hoes together. But then while he was beside Sneeko, you would think that it's time for prayer, right? It's not time, you're supposed to close your eyes so you're not distracted by anything, and you put your hands together and then, you pray to God, because this is a time you should be closing your eyes and praying to God, because this is a time, between you and God, right? It's not because, right, in reality, you're supposed to go pray in your closet if you're following how Jesus prayed, not doing this spectacle and praying outside like the hypocrites so everybody can see you. And what does Jesus say? You're going to get your reward. Your reward is people seeing you, right? When you fast, don't fast and make your face disfigured and let everybody know, hey, I'm fasting and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. No. Put oil on your face and make it look like you're not fasting. And then you'll have glory in heaven from my Father in front of the angels. But no, these people do it the exact opposite way. They're very vain, you're in front of my camera. Get out of there, cameraman. I need to have a good video of me praying so I can post it later. So what's the real concern? Is it about your prayer or is it about the video you're making?
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
But maybe you could say, that's too much. That's too much. He had to film himself. Well, what about if you need to start texting in the middle of prayer, right? Do you think you should turn off your phone, put it on silent, and put it in your pocket while praying, supposedly to your God that, you want to give all the praise and worship and glory to? Or do you just sit there and, stand there and just text? well on camera. Like, I don't know what you're really thinking, right?
الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
You can't answer it. You can't answer it. Sharia law constitution. You can't answer it. God, you never forget. Never forget.
الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله.
So those allegations from Malik the Snitch are starting to have more credibility in it, right? Allegedly, all the things that he said, because he said he's a fake, right? This guy's looking around, going on his phone. Cameraman, get out of there, texting, and oh, I'm praying. When am I gonna finish this? I got to get to the transgender club to smoke weed with my transsexual girlfriend and have a threesome in a train with Sneeko and my brethren. Allegedly, we don't know if this is actually what he's thinking, but he looks like he wants to be done with prayer and break his fast.
Warner, in terms of the Islamic stuff, fakest of them all.
And then he tried to, go out and say they're slandering him and he's going to sue David Wood. Let's listen to what David has to say.
He said, I'm going to sue you for defamation and slander for purposely spreading lying about me. You are completely aware Malik admitted to slandering me on purpose. He's a compulsive liar, and yet you keep replaying the lies for clicks and attention. I'm looking forward to suing you for everything you got. I'm coming for every one of you guys spreading lies about me. All the evidence I need are on your YouTube channels. It's an open and shut case. See you in court. Good luck with that. You can still sue, but you might want to ask your pal Muhammad Hijab how these lawsuits turn out.
Thank you, David, for that excellent representation of what the Warner truly sounds like when he isn't using AI voice modification. Thank you. And this is kind of funny because David Wood was, being threatened to being sued by Ali Dawah. All these guys, they can't defeat your arguments, so they're going to intimidate you, want to kill you, want to dox you, want to get you assassinated. They want to do everything but debate you and the points that you have to bring, right? But he's going to have better luck, joining the Illuminati, right? Joining the Illuminati rather than actually suing David Wood, because they've tried, right? But they got the receipts, they got the facts on our side. We had the truth. And yes, I do agree, Malik is a compulsive liar, but about Islam, right? But the things that he's saying about you, he brought the receipts, he brought the evidence, right? When he's talking about Islam, the evidence, the truth isn't on his side in that respect. And then GodLogic, Avery, he replies to, the princess, the Warner, and his threats to sue.
Sheesh. Dawah is all about talking tough and acting big, then calling the cops and crying about the little mean Christians. Laughing emojis. Warner, you're a weak clown like the rest. Your boy Malik exposed you. He let us all know what you're really into. Don't try and act like his narration wasn't sahih. More laughing emojis.
Sahih means authentic. It's a grade in Islam for their hadiths to see, is it an A, is it a B, is it a C, is it a D? How good, how reliable is this, that this actually is a story that came from Muhammad, And this is when the Warner lost the plot, and now he's sending him a DM, right, to threaten him on Ramadan, the holiest time of the year, right? This is when he's sending this. And actually, let's get David to read it.
He wrote, You were such a good little boy the first time we met. I had no idea who you were, and I allowed you to speak to me. You hid all your hate for Islam in front of me that day like the little coward you are, knowing what would happen to you if you expressed that same hate face to face. Then suddenly behind a computer screen you switch up and now you want to act tough. I'll make you eat your words. You better have the same energy when we meet face to face. Also, I'm not afraid of death. I hope you're not afraid of death either, or leaving your wife as a widow and your children as orphans.
So just a few days after giving Drake the old finger against the throat sign, right in front of Mandahi's NYPD, he says, "GodLogic, I hope you're not afraid of death. I hope you're not afraid of leaving your wife a widow and your children orphans." Do you think this is going to bother any of the Muslimas or Mohammedans that are following him mindlessly? No, absolutely not. I don't think so. Will it bother his Dawa bros, the Dawahgandists, Sneeko, Sheikh Uthman, Muhammad Hijab, Ali Dawa, and so on? Not an iota. This is the state of Dawa in 2026. You can use Dawa donations to buy weed, practice muta, have three-ways with your Dawa bros, run trains on girls, party with trans women, volunteer to take it up the butt, then threaten popular Christian apologists. And Dawa fans will have zero problems with it whatsoever, as long as you post your little video clips handing your Qurans out, doing Dawa, and spreading the false message of Islam. Dawa is a complete joke, and it's only getting worse year by year. The avalanche is growing. Going to be a very interesting year, though, if you like to watch total meltdowns and collapses. To you Muslims who are watching, I have a question for you. Are we supposed to be threatened by this? Do you expect us to look at all this dysfunctional, idiotic chaos, caveman lunacy, and conclude that Islam must be the truth? Or should it actually be a sign that Muhammad was a false prophet and Allah is actually Satan? Special thanks to David Wood for partnering with me in this video. Roadshow Apologetics, go subscribe. Has wonderful content about Islam. Enjoy.
Remember that their parents were in love and they gave a good example to follow Jesus Christ. That's the only example I'm trying to tell you.